So guys, moving on to setting up your console to work in the digital domain, transferring audio to and from the hard drive player. For example, we will have the possibility to record our vocals onto the hard drive. In order to tell the console which channels to transmit, we need to patch them up into the console and make them appear so that the console sends them before any processing is happening inside the console. Meaning you send them directly after the preamp so you can get a clean signal recorded onto the hard drive. And the patch is done under the menu patch, of course. If you go into that one, as you have on all the menus, you have a bunch of folders underneath. And if you just scroll sideways here with the arrow, you get to a specific one called Direct Output. And by pressing this now, you get all the channel numbers from the console. You get 1 to 32, all the inputs. And as it is set right now, you can see nothing is transmitted anywhere from the direct out. Meaning, let's say we have our 4 vocal singers on the first channels. That means 1 through 4 up here will be the channels we want to send to the hard drive. So we have to then tell the console that we're going to send those channels to the right place. Then by using the arrows we scroll to the right place. Then by using the wheel, I turn the wheel here. The first thing that appears will be the ADAT1, which means ADAT channel 1, and that's the one we're going to send there. And I assign it by pressing enter. Then I step to the side. I do the same with this one. I just put it up to ADAT2. Assign it by pressing enter. Step to the side. Put it up to ADAT3 because we want to send channel 3 to ADAT input 3 on our hard drive. Assign it by pressing enter. I scroll up to ADAT4. Enter. Assign it by pressing enter. Down here it says direct out. What we want is, of course, to send the signal pre-EQ. It says pre-EQ, but actually it's pre-processing, so it's directly after a preamp. So by default, it's set to post-fader, which means right now the signal is passing through the console after your fader. So what you are recording is every single processing thing on the mixer, which means the signal will already be processed, which secondly means that it's not possible for you to make any virtual sound check at all because you have already recorded the signal with all your compressors, your EQs and so on. But like I said, by going down here, pressing the pre-EQ, enter, you are now sending the signal pre-everything, which means directly after the preamp. The only thing that is sensitive now to your recording will be the gain knob. That one will always be recorded now, so if you change that one, that will also be recorded. But you don't touch that during a show anyway, so that should be fine. That's the patching window. In order to get the transmission to be working with the recording on the Fostex machine, you also have to route the signal digitally. And that is not under the patch menu, but under the pan and routing menu. You get a bunch of under menus here. So what you have is pan on the first, second, route 1 through 16. And what it says here in this routing area is where to send the signal. So right now you have here all your 8 buses. When anything is white, it's not sending. When it's black, it's sending, meaning channels are sending right now to S, and S stands for stereo. That means to left and right. So you're sending the signal to left and right. And next to the left and right, you have a D, and that stands for digital. Meaning, in order for it to transmit anything over the digital interface, this one has to be selected and entered. So you do that by simply just pressing enter, and it becomes black. So you do this on all your 4 vocal channels. And when you have done that, Off you go. Now you should be able to transmit your digital audio to your hard drive player. Of course, saving this setting as a default scene will always make your work move quicker on, and you will have the same thing even if you change to a different show. Yeah, that's pretty much it for transmitting audio to the hard drive player.